What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Every single one of you guys that have seen my videos knows how much I love fishing a chatterbait. Today what I want to talk about is a brand new chatterbait that has never been seen before, just came out at ICAST, and that is the Jackhammer Mini Jack. You heard me right, it is a mini jackhammer, and you might be saying, why do I need a mini jackhammer and what is the purpose of it? That's a great question. We're gonna break all of that down right now. So after I get done talking about the jackhammer, I will talk about the specific gear that I throw on a jackhammer for the pre-spawn, because there is only one rod and reel that I truly love for the pre-spawn that allows me to catch almost 100% of the fish that eat it. And if you struggle to land your fish on a chatterbait, this is something that you will need and you will want, and it will be linked in the video description below, and I will talk about it later. So the mini jack, let's highlight the features of this new jackhammer. First things first, if you look at a normal jackhammer versus a smaller jackhammer, the blade size has been shrunk down. They also downsized the hooks. So if you look at the hooks, I don't know exactly what size they run in a normal jackhammer, but the mini jack is considerably smaller, but it is still a gaff as far as a mini chatterbait is concerned. You know, Z-Man also has the Chatterbait Mini Max, which I know a lot of guys are going, what's the difference and why would I buy that? I'll get to that in a minute. But this smaller chatterbait is still gonna have the exact same action of a jackhammer, and a jackhammer is literally the best chatterbait out there on the market. I don't care what chatterbait you put up against it, a jackhammer is gonna win 10 out of 10 times, mainly because it has a crazy action and because of that gaff meat hook on there. When you hook a fish on a jackhammer, it comes to the house, and now we have that in this mini jack, which is something that I am really stoked for, just because of that specific hook design. Comes in a quarter all the way to a half. So it literally took a jackhammer, shrunk it down, which is perfect for a lot of different situations. If you love river fishing, this is a phenomenal river bait. If you like fishing a chatterbait dirt shallow, a 1/4 ounce chatterbait up shallow is gonna be the greatest thing ever, being able to fish it dirt shallow. And especially if you are just in a place that revolves around smaller bass or smallmouth and spotted bass that have smaller mouths. This bait is gonna be absolutely amazing for those fish because it just has that compact profile. So it imitates smaller bait fish and just does a better job at triggering those sight-oriented fish because there's less movement going on with the chatterbait. So what's the difference between the mini jack and a Chatterbait Mini Max? Because the two are very comparable in size. The biggest thing that I want to talk about is that dang hook. A Mini Max has a pretty subpar hook as far as hooks are concerned. It's very thick wire, and it just doesn't do a great hookup to land ratio job unless you're fishing for smallmouth, spotted bass, or small largemouth. Versus this jackhammer has that exact same gaff hook that a jackhammer is known for, and so it puts fish in the boat. If they eat it, damn it, they're coming to the house, because that is what's gonna happen when they eat that baby right there. You're also gonna have that wide, crazy action that a jackhammer is known for, as opposed to a Mini Max has more of that straight, running, true action. And so the two, while this is a great chatterbait, this is gonna be a legendary chatterbait. Now, because it still has a gaff hook on there and it has that bigger skirt material on there, I really like to run the same chatterbait trailers with it, but I will just cut them down to allow them to fit a little bit better on here. You can see I have that Chatter Shad on here, which is a phenomenal chatterbait trailer. It's gonna give it all that crazy action and just have that shimmy style action that chatterbait trailers this time of year are really known for. As far as what do you throw this chatterbait on this time of year, there is literally one rod that I like to throw that on, and that is the Arc Essence 7.4 medium heavy cranking style rod. It is a full cork handle. It's not a composite rod and it's not a glass rod, but it's just a very slow action graphite rod, and so it really takes a while to load up, which really just lets those fish get it. I pair that with a 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. Every single fish that gets it has it down their throat, and I literally just, you'll be winding, you'll feel them eat it, and it'll feel like somebody cut your line. Because a lot of times the problem that people have is they fish too fast action of rods, meaning they're too stiff, and they don't let those fish suck it in, because this time of year in the cold weather, those fish really rely on suction, where those big fish and just largemouth in general will just pull the bait back. And if you have too fast action of a rod, it won't let that bait pull back, versus these slower action rods really let that rod give And so those fish can really suck that bait in. And that's one of the best pieces of advice I can give you on fishing a chatterbait during this specific time of year. Because if you're losing fish on a chatterbait, your rod is pretty much it. That's why you're losing fish on a chatterbait. So if you are, this rod along with this reel will be linked down below so you can get it and get out there and actually land the fish that are eating your chatterbaits. As always, guys, if you want to know more about chatterbait fishing, I will have a video linked right up here. But what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a short Bible verse to help learn the good word of the Lord. So if you want to learn more about that, stick around. So we are going to stick in the word of John, and we're going to start with John 10:14. It says, I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and they know me. As my Father knows me, and I know my Father, I lay down my life for my sheep. But I also have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice, and there will be one flock, one shepherd. This is why my Father loves me, because I am laying down my life so that I may take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down on my own. I have the right to lay it down, and I have the right to take it up again. I have received this commandment from my Father. So that's talking about how Jesus is laying down his life for all of us, how he has a flock here now, when this is back when he was here, but he's going to lay his life down so that there will be one flock. And the others that he's talking about are the people that have deceased, that he is all going to bring together for one flock in heaven with one shepherd, which is God, right? So that's a really, really big thing, is following the right shepherd, right? Even though we've talked about this before, how sheep are literally the dumbest animal on the planet. If you want to go to the everlasting fields of heaven, you have to follow Jesus. You have to follow his voice, and you have to do what you need to do, which is believe in Jesus, trust him with everything that you have, and try to spread his word as much as you can. I mean, the last one I kind of threw that in there because I like to throw it in there. Guys, there's going to be one big party at the end of life, right? When you pass, we're going to the last place we're going to go, right? The last field, the last flock, where all of us are either going to be together or we're going to be missing some people. And you need to figure out if there's people in your life that you want to be with at the end of all of this, you're going to have to work to try to get them in there, right? There's people right now that I know you're thinking about, if you're watching this, that you're saying, man, I don't think they're going. Those are the people that need to lean on your heart, and those are the people you need to try to work on. But thank you guys so much for watching. God bless every single one of you guys. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button to follow with the regular content. And thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.